time once again for Are You Helping a Third Grader?
Hello, and welcome to Are You Helping a Third Grader? This is the show where we find out if the work you're doing is really helping support a person's transformational change.
Hi, it's great to be here.
Okay, here's your starting scenario. You are a third grade teacher.
Okay.
You have a challenging student named Carlo. You've tried to connect with him. You've asked him about his home life, his school history, and more. He's shared a lot, but you don't quite have him figured out just yet. Now, let's hear from Carlo.
I never seem to be listening in class. I'm always getting out of my seat, and sometimes I'm rude to you and the other students. Today I shoved you when you were trying to help me.
All right, challenging student. Tough place to start. What would you do?
Okay, well, I think this child might need some extra help. And also, he became aggressive in class, so I would send him to the principal.
Okay, show me. Send to the principal. All right, perhaps it's on the board, but the helping score is only a 10, so not great. The principal talks to the student. The principal asks Carlo a lot of questions about school, his home life, and more. The principal decides Carlo has a problem and sends him to the school counselor. So now, you are the school counselor. Carlo is in your office. What would you do?
Well, I need to start connecting with him, so I'll ask him his story.
Asking him his story again? Okay, well, let's see what we get. Young Carlo has now told his story to 3 different professionals in his school. Not great for young Carlo.
But isn't it important to understand a person's story, to learn from them what's happening?
Absolutely. But you don't have to ask a question to know the answer. And that's the TCOM Heuristic of the Month. Oftentimes, people seeking help have to go through a bunch of different helping professionals before there is anyone actually ready to start helping them. Young Carlo? He's already talked with his teacher, his principal, and now his school counselor. The counselor decided to bring in Carlo's parents. At the parent-teacher conference, we hear about Carlo's problems yet again. Everyone agrees to refer him to outpatient mental health treatment.
Oh no, the therapist is going to ask for his story again.
Sure is, but you skipped a step or two. There's an intake specialist, a scheduler, maybe an intern thrown in there.
This kid and family will have to retell at least parts of their story again and again.
Correct. Points to you. And has any helping taken place?
Nope.
Correct again. More points. Understanding a person's story is a good thing. Assessment is a useful thing. But assessment is not helping. It's setting the stage for effective helping.
Assessment should help drive our work, not exclusively be our work.
True. Give her a ding. She gets a point for that. TCOM tools are designed to connect a person's story to the helping as efficiently as possible, and without requiring a person to retell that story over and over again.
So the therapist could communicate with the teacher, the principal, the school counselor, his parents. The counselor might know a lot of the story before ever meeting face-to-face with the child.
And now the therapist has the opportunity to start helping the child rather than trying to complete another assessment. The therapist doesn't need to ask about everything because the answers are already known.
But is that person-centered? Aren't we supposed to put each person we serve at the middle of a helping relationship?
Of course. But we've established that assessment isn't helping. Assessment sets us up for helping. If we've already done it, why do it again?
Asking repeatedly about traumatic experiences can itself be traumatic.
Absolutely. There's a decent chance that Carlo will also be referred to a psychiatrist for medications. So more questions, more sharing of his story. With multiple providers now involved, we might expect a case manager to join the team. More questions, more assessment.
Wow.
Here's another clip from Carlo.
My counselor left for another job, I had to start over with a new one, and he asked me so many questions. I'm so tired of questions.
Staff turnover and transitions happen all the time in helping fields. So we really need to find a way to remember that the focus of our work is on helping. If we understand a person's story, we don't need to keep asking them about it. You don't have to ask a question to know the answer.
That's the TCOM heuristic of the month.
So, did I win a prize or?
Haha, good one. You don't need to ask that question to know that answer.